It's the beginning of December, so you know what that means? That's right, I'm going to do a market update looking at November. That's what I'm talking about, stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a realtor with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So I'm actually recording in the office. That's why there may be an echo in the video, but our office is beautifully decorated for the holidays. So I thought, why not record from here? This is a beautiful setting, beautiful time of year. So if you've been with me, you know every month at the start of the month, I'd like to give a market update for the previous month. And I like to share a couple months data just so we can see any trends if anything jumps out at us, okay? So I've created some space here. I'm not sure what hand I'm using. I've created some space here for my chart. So I'll put my chart up, and just as a reminder, this is looking at the 5 zip codes of South Tampa. So 33606, 609, 611, 616, and 629. So the peninsula of Tampa, okay? So here's my chart that I put up. And so take a look at number of active listings. And what do we see? Active listings has gone down, right? So it's that 580, 569, and that's a concern. And I'll talk about that in a second, why that's a concern. Take a look at new listings, people putting their house on the market. What do we see? Yeah, it's really down. It's what, 188 for November. Now, I've said several times that the average, because I go and look, you know, how many new listings per month, and the average is about 250. So to have 188, that's really below average. Now, keep in mind what time of year it is, right? Some people say, I don't want to hassle with selling my house during the holidays. So what we do tend to see slowdown between Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's still activity. It's not everything stops. There's just some people that say, I'll wait till after the holidays. But there's still people selling. As you can see, 188 people put their house on for sale at this time of year, and there are sales. So I'll talk about sales in a second, but once somebody puts their home on the market, what's the median number of days to contract? You see here, 22 days. Well, we're talking 3 weeks. That is still very fast. Now, if we go back to 2021, homes were selling within days, 5 days, 7 days. And my broker, Craig Beggins, says we have gone from Mach 3 to Mach 1. We are still very fast. 22 days is very fast. Look at sales. And sales is down, right? So you see 132. And so this is what makes the headlines. You read the papers, read the headlines, and it's home sales are down, home sales are down. Well, yes, home sales are down. People think home prices are down, right? Or the market's crashing. It's just the number of transactions has slowed down. Again, it could be the holidays. I think more likely it's because of interest rates, and I'm going to talk about interest rates in a couple minutes, so stick around. But interest rates were pushing 8%, right? But that's for the best rates, we're pushing 8%. home sales are down. However, the median home price, you see this? $699,000. And that's, so the 132 homes that sold, the median sales price was $699,000. And that's up from the previous month. I also create some data for Hillsborough County, and year over year, last November to this November, home prices are up 3% in Hillsborough County, even with higher interest rates. So, and I'll talk about that too. It's something I mentioned last week or two weeks ago. Here's the other number, is the ratio of what a home sells for to what it was originally priced at. And you see it's 96%. Now, of course, back in 2021, you were at 100%, 102%, 105% 1 month. So we're at 96%. So what that means is if somebody lists their house for $400,000, well, 4% of that is $16,000. So the home would sell for $384,000. Not all the time. I'm just saying the median ratio is 96%. So just keep that in mind. Months of inventory, you can see we're at 4. We were at 4 last month. Prior to that, we were at 2. A year ago, 2 years ago, we were under 1. So here's the situation with months of inventory. Yes, we want the months of inventory to increase because things just kind of settle. However, what's concerning is just the lack of supply. We see fewer homes actively on the market. We see fewer families putting their home on the market. But to counter that, we also see fewer sales. And that's how you develop houses on what's the months of inventory. How many homes are on the market? How many are selling every month? How many months will it take to eat up this inventory? Well, we're at 4. So it really is, I keep talking about this. It is the law of supply and demand. As long as supply remains low, there's still demand. That's going to keep home prices not only higher, but increasing. Okay, that's what's going to happen. As long as there's buyer demand and low supply, it's going to keep home prices increasing, accelerating. So I mentioned interest rates just a few minutes ago, and it was about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, the prime rate, Freddie Mac. So listen, every Thursday, Freddie Mac puts out the new mortgage rates. And I look at that every Thursday at noon. So about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, the Freddie Mac prime rate for mortgage rates was 7.93. Now, that's for people with the best credit. I have clients I'm working with that were looking at a 9.5% mortgage rate, but the prime rate was 7.93. Well, now the prime rate, it just came out yesterday, was 7.02. Well, what does that mean for a buyer? So I use the example of if a person or a family can afford $2,400 a month just for mortgage and principal, or principal and interest, then at 7.93%, they could have taken a mortgage for $330,000. Now at 7.02, they can take a mortgage for $353,000. So just in the month, they've increased their purchasing power by $20,000, right? So that's good. And you may say, well, Joe, that's good, but how many homes, by the way, my lamp just went out. How many homes in South Tampa are around $350,000? And I would say, great question, I'm glad you asked. There are 52 homes between $300,000 and $399,000 in South Tampa. Now keep in mind, some of those could be condos or townhomes or even mobile homes, right? That there are a few mobile homes. So, but 52 homes in South Tampa between that price range. So there are some concerning things we have to keep watching. Certainly the inventory, right? If you really want to see home price decrease, right, we're really going to have to double the amount of supply and keep the demand low. I don't think that's going to happen. Supply is low. There is demand. Interest rates have put a lot of people on the sideline. This lower rate is going to increase demand. So that's something we need to track. Next week, I want to do a market update just for Hillsborough County. I told you that I shared that information on social media. So I'll do a video just on Hillsborough County as a whole. In a couple weeks, probably towards the end of December, I'm going to do my prediction for 2024. And then just a glimpse. In January, I'll look back at 2023 as a whole and share the ups and downs of the market that we saw in 2023. Anyway, I thank you for spending this time with me. Listen, if you have any questions, go to my website, joebrownc21.com. There's a contact me button, right? Send me emails, contact me, ask your questions. You can leave comments to this video. I want to be your trusted advisor, right? I live in South Tampa. I know South Tampa. I'm here to help you, okay? So have a great week.